Okay. A call to order. Today is Thursday, May 23rd, 2019, a fiscal year 20 operating budget hearings with the Budget and Finance Committee and Metro Council. Before us, we have the Mayor's Office of Economic and Community Development. I'll turn it over to Director Brown to do the introductions, and then you can walk us through your budget. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair Vercher. We'd like to first thank the Council for its participation and partnership in supporting economic and community development in the city. Can you hear me? Okay, sorry about that. I'd like to start by just giving a quick outline of today's presentation. We'll give a quick overview of the office and staff, highlight FY19 successes, an overview of FY20 economic conditions, the Mayor's priority for ECD, and major projects we plan for FY20. And as mentioned, I'm Jamari Brown. As a native, I remember walking in downtown Nashville as a kid, and the shops were closed at 5 p.m. during the week, and on the weekends it was a ghost town. When I graduated from Pearl-Cohn in 2004, my plan was after college to go to the big city. Well, Nashville is now the big city, and that's why I'm extremely honored to serve as the Director of Economic and Community Development for the Mayor, where I'm able to increase economic opportunities for my families, friends, and neighbors. Since joining the office on April 1st, I've had several meetings with community leaders, neighborhood organizations to learn more about their plans and goals, and I'm currently focused on the office's strategic plan, which we'll cover a little bit more later on. Since last year's presentation, you'll notice from the screen that there's been a little bit of change in the office, and I'd like to introduce the team now. Starting first with Audra Ladd, who's the Manager of Small Business and Creative Economy.
Thank you. Again, I'm Audra Ladd. I manage small business, creative economy, entrepreneurship for the city. I'm also the team lead for our international business. We're managing our foreign trade zone and coordinating our sister cities program and other diplomatic relationships. Thanks.
Thank you, Audra. Next, I'd like to introduce the manager of the Music City Music Council and Special Projects, Jackie Artis.
Yes, as Jamar mentioned, I joined the ECD team on May 6th, and I am the manager of the Music City Music Council and Special Projects. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to give back to the city and its vibrant history and future growth and entertainment. Mayor Briley's recognition of the importance of the music industry, in particular to the character of Nashville, excites me about what we will accomplish. Currently, MC2's co-chair Scott Clayton and I have determined first steps beyond my Metro onboarding will include the rejuvenation of meeting schedule, structure, and committees. The pause over this last year in conjunction with ECD's transition has positioned me well to embrace the opportunity to get moving at a time when the city's development is at a peak and to play a part in making sure its successes are felt by everyone. Jamar phrased this so perfectly when I got started. We're no longer just Music City, we're where music does its business. And the sentiment couldn't be more perfect. We're a community of all sides of the entertainment spectrum, industry leaders and creatives alike. The importance of singer-songwriters can't be overlooked in the conversation of Nashville's history and tourism. The National Museum for African American Music is an incredible mark of pride for our city, and I'm inspired by all that I've learned in my first few weeks here already.
Thank you, Jackie. And I'd now like to acknowledge our Manager of Affordable and Workforce Housing, Hannah Davis.
Wonderful. Thanks for having us here this afternoon to close out the budget hearing. Since joining the team on January 28th, I've been honored to support the Mayor's focus on affordable and workforce housing throughout our county. Our office is truly committed to equitable growth, and we know that accessible and attainable housing is a really crucial piece to that puzzle.
Thank you, Hannah. And as you'll notice, the position for workforce development has been left vacant, and we're working to define this role, and we'll cover this more later in the presentation. Projects like Amazon and Alliance Bernstein get front page coverage. We'd like to highlight some of our major projects that traditionally are not headline news articles. The office has worked to increase resources for small and minority-owned businesses, as well as integrating affordable and workforce housing into the economic development story. These are key initiatives for prosperity and wealth building in Nashville's neighborhoods. Audra, could you talk a little bit about the enhanced small business toolkit?
Sure. Before I provide an update about the toolkit, let me provide some context. Of the 40,000 businesses in the region, Nashville is home to nearly half. Of these businesses here, 80% have fewer than 20 employees. In fact, our micro enterprises, those with less than 5 employees, make up 47% of all of our businesses. So So I want to take a moment to thank you for being advocates for small business in your districts, for consistently communicating with me about what you're seeing, and helping me connect to the businesses to ensure they have access to the network available to them. My focus is on coordinating the network of small business support organizations so we're functioning as an ecosystem, and identifying tools that remove barriers and reduce friction for our businesses. All 4 of the following tools were identified by the ecosystem as needed. First, the business portal. It's a website that simplifies how to license and permit your business in Nashville and provides profiles of local businesses. Second, the Kiva program supports existing businesses owners with a 0% interest microloan for $500 to $10,000 and provides the opportunity for Nashvillians and others to loan to these businesses through crowd lending. Third, the Navigator system that the Entrepreneur Center is building, thank you for your support on that as well, allows any business at any stage to seek help from the ecosystem. And last but not least is Nashville Made, a private-public partnership that brings Nashville makers and manufacturers together to build community and to receive specialized technical help.
Thank you, Audra. Hannah, could you talk about how we've integrated affordable and workforce housing?
Sure. So last month, we awarded $9.8 million to strong, innovative nonprofits who are developing affordable and workforce housing. This brings the total Barnes portfolio to $37.8 million in grants, leveraging an additional $154 million and bringing our portfolio up to nearly $2 million of investment towards over 1,600 units of affordable and workforce housing. Sorry, would you? Over 1,600, 1,632. Additionally, based on the legislation passed by this body, we're working with partners to complete a housing scorecard. This dashboard will help us better understand the needs, resources, and investments involving affordable and workforce housing throughout the county.
Thank you, Hannah. Additionally, we've mapped Nashville's opportunity zones. Audra, could you talk about that?
As a result of the federal tax reform, counties had the opportunity to identify areas to be considered as opportunity zones. We came together with our partners to identify these most qualified census tracts for the program, and this year we received confirmation that 18 census tracts make up the program. 15 of these 18 are in our promise zone, and this designation is in effect until the program sunsets in 2026.
Thank you. Additional projects. During FY19, the office has entered into agreement for 8 projects, 6 of which support Nashville small businesses. We'd like to thank the council for their support in these projects. Alliance Bernstein has committed to create 1,050 new jobs and invest $70 million into the community. Amazon has agreed to commit to create 5,000 new jobs and invest $230 million into the community. Both of these projects were awarded $500 per job for 7 years. Audra, could you talk about the small business program?
Yes. The Property Improvement Incentive, also known as the Blighted Property Program, provides a 50% match on exterior improvements to commercial buildings in specific low-income census tracts. We had 6 companies participate in this program, 4 companies in Councilmember Scott Davis's district, 1 on Jefferson Street in Councilmember O'Connell's district, and 1 on Buchanan in Councilmember Kindle's district.
Thank you. The mayor has placed the focus on creating equity through investment in Nashville's minority chambers, minority business support, and small businesses. This year, the mayor has budgeted $325,000 to these groups. I'd also like to highlight the new $100,000 investment in the Nashville Business Incubation Center. The NBIC works with minority and women-owned businesses to get them launched. These investments are aimed at increasing Nashville minority business capacity. Additionally, you've heard from the Nashville Chamber where there is a budget line item for $350,000. The FY20 budget contains 5 job development grants and 11 pilots. These projects have committed to retain more than 6,000 jobs in Davidson County, create 11,000 new jobs with companies making more than $1 billion in capital investments. We'll now shift to small business incentives and affordable and workforce housing. Audra, could you start us with the small business incentives?
Yes. In addition to the $325,000 supporting the aforementioned small business support organizations, $200,000 would provide continued funding for the small business incentives, which will help at least 4 to 10 local businesses improve their place of work and create jobs. This brings the total funding supported by the mayor for small business to $525,000.
Thank you. Hannah, can you talk about the Barnes Affordable Housing Trust?
Absolutely. Pending FY20 budget approval, we look forward to issuing an RFP for round 7 of Barnes funding this fall. This proposed $10 million reflects the mayor's ongoing commitment to the development of affordable and workforce housing. And additionally, the Housing Trust Fund Commission, the public commission that oversees the Barnes Fund, is going through a strategic planning process this summer, and we'll be updating our focus and priorities in order to reflect the ever-evolving landscape of Nashville and Davidson County and continually align with the mayor's focus on equitable growth.
Thank you, Hannah. Here's a quick snapshot of Nashville's current and future economic conditions. The U.S. Federal Reserve economists currently put the natural rate of unemployment between 4.1 and 4.7%. The natural rate means that everyone that wants a job has a job. In Davidson County, we currently have an unemployment of 2.6%. This historically low rate has created a strain on small, medium, and large businesses. Most employers are offering higher wages or other unique enticements to attract and retain workers they need. As the unemployment rate has trended down, the per capita income has grown 24% over the same period. As you look at the two charts, you can see the drop and the rise mirror each other. Based on data from EMSI, Nashville's job market has grown 13% over the same period. EMSI projects that the county will add 44,000 new jobs by the year 2025. These data points say Nashville is trending in the right direction. This is in large part due to sound fiscal policies the city has followed. Last year, Moody's and S&P gave the city strong bond ratings. Moody's said the stable outlook reflects the expectation that Metro's regional tax base will continue to grow and provide the necessary revenues to support ongoing capital needs and government operations. Nashville's seen a lot of success. That's what those charts mean. Large and small companies continue to look for growth opportunities in the county. As a city, we need to take a strategic approach to growth and make sure that all Nashvillians are benefiting. Mayor Browley has charged this office to take a holistic approach to economic and community development. Due to Nashville's rapid growth, the office was forced to be reactionary. We're now in the early process of undertaking a strategic plan that aims to create an equitable economy that promotes growth, prosperity, and opportunity for all Nashvillians. We're focused on 5 key strategic initiatives. The first strategic initiative is neighborhood development, neighborhood investment. We're currently scheduling and attending community meetings to learn what the community values and its goals. Jackie Artis will be leading this initiative for the office. Jackie, can you share a few highlights?
Yes, so the tail end of my title, Special Projects, includes the focus on neighborhood investment. We're motivated by the mayor's concentration on equity. Nashville's growth and prosperity is most successful when all members of our community get to experience it. As Jamar mentioned, we're getting started on this work by embarking on a listening tour and by looking at strategic plans shared by neighborhood associations and community groups, so that we can establish our own this year to make certain that both heritage and large music festivals, both areas experiencing rapid development and those feeling stagnant, feel both heard and supported. Our team's people-conscious path is exciting to me. It's equally encouraging to interact with so many committed to making our city the best it can be, council included. Thank you to council members Syracuse and Van Reest, who I know are not here with us today, for already setting time to meet with me in the coming weeks. I'm looking forward to getting to know all members of the council.
Thank you, Jackie. The second initiative is economic prosperity. The ultimate goal is to build wealth in our communities. One of the most effective ways to build wealth is through small business ownership. The office will use the NBIC's investment and investments in the minority chambers and its partners for creating training programs and communicating different ideas to achieve this goal. We will also be working on increasing our small business and minority business partnership and government grants, and we'll be doing that with working with these individuals and corporate citizens. The next initiative is workforce development. One of my previous bosses talked about K to J, which is kindergarten to job. And that's what we're looking to do with our workforce initiative. We're looking to fill positions in the next 12 to 24 months, the next 3 to 5 years, the next 5 to 10 years, and 15 plus years. And Nashville Grad will play a huge role in what we're doing with that initiative. We want to close the gap of those that are entering college versus those that are actually completing college. Oh, sorry. The fourth initiative is innovation. And Audra, could you talk about our innovation initiative?
Yes. So small businesses are responsible for most of the net new job growth in the country, specifically businesses that are less than 5 years old. And a lot of these are entrepreneurs. Yet, there's a deficit in our entrepreneurship rates. Americans are starting new businesses that employ people about half the rate that we did a generation ago. And this is made worse by certain groups having higher barriers to starting businesses: women, people of color, and immigrants. Entrepreneurs in the U.S. are 80% white and 64% male, which is not representative of our population. Nashville has an opportunity to lead here, to find innovations and innovative ways to support diverse and inclusive entrepreneurial growth.
Thank you, Audra. Our high-quality job growth initiative is really focused on jobs of the future for Nashville. As I've mentioned, we're looking at a 15-year plan in our workforce development, and we're also looking at the same plan for job recruitment. We want to make sure that the jobs we're bringing in are jobs of the future and are not just short-term employment, specifically looking at tech sectors, healthcare, accounting, finance, and the music industry, which the city has strong strategic ties into. Lastly, we have several major projects planned for FY20. We plan to complete our strategic plan. Following that completion, our office will launch 2 additional plans that focus on neighborhoods and workforce development. And as always, we're continuing to make Nashville a top location for economic growth. Thank you for your time today, and we're open for questions.
Councilwoman Hurt.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you all. Welcome, Jamari.
Thank you.
Welcome back home.
Welcome back home.
Welcome home, Mr. Jink. What is it? But thank you again. I have a couple of questions. I'm concerned that 80% of our businesses are small businesses, and we are only investing $525,000 to 80% of the business community. And that also leads me to the fact that the unemployment rate, I know, is low for Nashville, but not for 37208. And while we always talk about the low unemployment rates that we have, we often fail to mention those areas that have much higher unemployment rates. And considering that the small businesses, it seems to me that kind of go together, you know, and I'm looking at this on this page where we've got $230 million company investment, $500 per job for 7 years to Amazon. I'm looking at $70 million to Alliance Bernstein. I have some concerns.
Thank you for your question. To clarify those 2 investments, those are company investments. That's what the company's actually investing into Nashville. So Amazon's investing $230 million, and Alliance Bernstein's investing $70+ million.
So I know that we have to have some skin in the game. What are we investing? The $500 per job?
That's correct. That's what the city
So
is.
you multiply $500 for 5,000. How many is that? 525,000.
That is not the total award amount, and the council has capped Amazon's total job number. Usually that number is not capped, but Amazon's was, and that's capped at 5,000 jobs. If the company starts their ticker at full employment, they would be awarded $17.5 million. And if you look at the math between 17.5 from the city for $230 million, that's a pretty good rate of return in my book.
Yeah, we have to see it. But my whole point is that we've got to do something different. We are investing this kind of money. They are investing money in us, but we are saying to all of our constituents that we're broke. We don't have enough money to fund our schools. We don't have enough money to give raises, and something's wrong. So we've got to put all of this together some way, somehow. And I know it's not all on you, but I just want you to be aware. And did I say welcome?
Yes, you did. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Councilwoman Hurd. As always, as chair, it's my responsibility always to correct the narrative. As a city, we are not broke. As a city, we are funding our schools. As a city, the proposed budget does offer a 3% cost of living adjustment to our workers, including steps. As it relates to our schools, our overall budget as a city is a $2 billion budget, and it has to be said that our schools is receiving $1 billion of that. So the narrative as it relates to we're not funding our schools, I'm asking committee members and colleagues, let's stop with that. Let's stop with that narrative. Councilwoman Henderson.
Oh, thank you, Chair Vercher. Welcome to you all, and Ms. Ladd, staying strong in there for multiple years. Good to keep seeing you, and I appreciate your focus on small business. To that end, I wanted to express to you all and then ask a question about how you perhaps think it would be best addressed by your area or department. Something that I have continued to say to the chamber in our annual meetings is I look at our peer cities, and one of the key differences is while we do have some legacy chambers, like our Donaldson Chamber, our Bellevue Chamber, we have much fewer merchants associations compared to peer cities. So we have internal to the chamber, some of the area, the area business councils of the chamber are too large and amorphous. So, they do some good work, but people go there, and it's the one in East Nashville, I would say, because it's a smaller kind of cohort of folks, and they've done some really great programming. That has more of that kind of merchant feel. But I think as we look towards infrastructure projects and helping small business with whether it's, streetscape or just kind of sense of place and energizing some of these pockets of new business, other cities are able to achieve that through business improvement districts. And as you all know, the typical evolution is a merchants association forms, and over the years, then they get projects, then they realize, oh, here's our defined area. They progress to a business improvement district. And that runs the gamut all the way from, like New York City, right, with so many business improvement districts, all very distinct, kind of interesting sense of place. So it just seems like when I look at Nashville that there's such a missing piece there. I have tried to say that every year to the chamber. I appreciate that they're hearing me, but I wanted to express that to you all as well, because I see kind of at the boundary of my district and other districts sometimes too, where you have small business on one side of the street, adjacent and walkable to a neighborhood that is thriving. And on the other side of the street, the 4-lane, super fast, no crosswalk to be found for a mile, the businesses on the other side are literally failing because no one can get to them. The example I'm saying beyond that is a railroad track and another bigger road. So there's not another neighborhood on the other side of the road to be helping those businesses. So, I hope that we will think about that a little bit too, and the ability to work with our planning department more proactively, right? Sometimes these neighborhood charrettes with merchants kind of get that energized and they start thinking about that area and start working collectively. Then that becomes a place where people want to invest. And so I just wanted to kind of express that to you all. You don't have to necessarily answer now, what you think your group could do in that regard, but I feel like that is important and something I wanted to express.
Yeah, so with our neighborhood investment strategy, we're actually coming to the neighborhoods and asking them what they want. And so I think that's a great chance for us to listen to those neighborhoods and identify those merchant groups and work as a team to build solutions to their problems.
I appreciate that. I find there are many places where council members almost are saying like, hey, you guys should work together. Come on, do you want to meet? But it's just not formalized. Mm-hmm. So they don't really even, you couldn't go online and find them today, right? But they're just all those great small businesses in that one strip center out on Highway 100, And so from a toolkit perspective, I would like to see whether through the chamber or you guys helping those folks just kind of facilitate organizing a little bit more. I think that would benefit their business and the traffic that they get there too. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Councilwoman Henderson. Director Jamari, I have a request too, like your small business toolkit. If y'all can send those tools to Mr. Jameson so we can get that information on the SharePoint so council members can push that out. It's really up to us to help you get this information out to the communities. I know Councilwoman Hurt does a great job with the businesses over there on Jefferson Street and some of the other things that she does. So those businesses are keenly aware of business opportunities here in the city, but a lot of corridors don't have a Councilwoman Hurt to take that information back to them. To Councilwoman Henderson's point. So if you can get that information to us, ideally whatever your flyer have that sums the toolkits up, we can push that information out. We can help you get that information out to the public. Councilwoman Hurt.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and with all due respect to you, and I appreciate the comments that you just made in regards to the work that I do on Jefferson Street, but regardless of the narrative that's said, that's changed or delivered, we did not fund a COLA last year, and I appreciate the fact that we have a $2 billion budget and the schools received half of it. Would you please explain to the viewing audience why we could not give those raises?
Absolutely, because as a body, you being one of them, we voted on it without funding attached to it, and we all own that.
No, so what is the shortage? Please explain, because I need to know as well.
We approved a funding plan, a COLA. This body, we didn't go a step further to ask the funding plan associated with it. It wasn't budgeted for. There was no funding for it.
I'm just trying to speak on behalf of the citizens, because you know that they are trying to understand, and so am I.
Yeah.
So what is it? And I understand the narrative and all of that, but can you explain it,
And we
please?
can talk offline, Councilwoman Hurd.
I would have appreciated that initially.
Yeah, we can talk offline. Thank you so much. Director Amari, thank you so much to you and your team for everything that you do for this city. Before we adjourn, Budget and Finance Committee members, you should have received an email today. We have a very aggressive schedule as it relates to getting our budget passed, and also our work sessions along with the tentative work sessions. So please read your email. Also, if you haven't accessed the SharePoint, please access the SharePoint and get caught up on those budget hearings that's already transpired. So when we go into our work session, it's a very beneficial work session, an efficient meeting, and we can maximize our time for everyone involved. Thank you so much for everyone being here, to the finance team, and thanks to all the departments today that submitted their questionnaires as it relates to this new budgetary process for submitting questionnaires in advance. Councilman Glover.
Just very quickly, Chair. The email, do you know, I'm just trying to find it right now to where I can make sure I get my dates.
3:37 p.m. today.
3:37, all right, thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Glover. And we are adjourned.
This has been a service of the Metro Nashville Network. If you would like to see this presentation again, or for more information about this and other programs, visit nashville.gov.